rather than, oh, that one spoke to me or that one spoke to me. Every advert speaks to who I want to speak to.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, it's about saying, okay, well, we've got the community now. We know the 3 pillars, and I want you, out of what we've written down so far, just to pick 3 and then own those 3. And then all of a sudden, those become the philosophies behind what we do and how we post. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to open up that the social media planner. And then what you're going to do is go through and then say, okay, well, this is the structure in terms of what my social media is now going to look like. Now, you've got very much an informative position in terms of videos and content. All I'm asking you to do is do more of it. Because the only reason why more people aren't asking questions is because they just haven't seen you enough. For instance, an average person has to see it between 6 to 8 times before they even make a decision based on anything. So before they even make a decision that you're the right fit or they want to message you, they've got to see your content at least 6 times.
Right.
Throughout a whole entire week, which is not hard to do. We've got 7 days in a week, right? The biggest battles that we're going to have is the first one we've indicated is about being salesy. The second one is being too much in people's faces. And this is what people think. They think if I post too much, they're going to get annoyed. It's not our job to please that person in terms of being annoyed. It's our job to give out information and give out so much that they can't understand what is going to be on your program because you've given them so much value anyway.
Right.
Right. And that's how you become we find that one person. The reason why it hasn't happened more is that we just haven't posted enough in the realms of community, business, and also personal to actually allow that person to see the full circle. So, imagine giving one of your, like a child, a jigsaw puzzle, right? Or what are they called? Building blocks, right? And strategically, you only give them half of the actual amount and then you take the other half away. They're going to get half of it and then going to be like, where the hell's the rest? Like, I know there's certain other pieces, but you're not giving them the rest of them. You're like filtering it out between like now and next week. You're going to give them a block every week, where actually if you give them all at once, every single day, they're going to go, holy crap, like I'm 2 days behind now. I'm actually going to go and indulge. And then all of that sort of stuff actually becomes a lot of the metrics that we use and all that kind of stuff as well. So first, the second part is actually just probably posting more than you, like I know, based on what I'm seeing, you're posting quite a lot, but if we could add 2 or 3 of those, and that's where the planner comes in, all of a sudden, we've got that storyline. Like Monday to Friday is very much a storyline between how we post and what we do, and that's referring back to the planner. If you don't want to copy the planner exactly the format, then that's fine, but I would strategically put your own stuff in there, but the timing is the super important part. Yeah. Because that's when it's just proven, and I've spent thousands of dollars proving it and building it, to the point where I know where algorithms work and I know how they work. And I know it takes at least a couple of weeks for the algorithm to kick in. And then all of a sudden people are going to be watching your content from last week and the week before, in future. So like we come into next week, they'll be watching my content from last week because that's on the newsfeed. So it's about doing that as well. And it's about saying, okay, well, realistically, what we want to do now is we want to come up with, first of all, some material that we can start then using through our marketing funnel. Like, the best thing I can tell you is that the best thing to do in groups is, and you'll see this maybe, I need to add you into a few of my VIP groups, but what I do is if I'm short on leads a week, because I have a goal every week that I need to, on all my companies, to create just in order to get that curiosity going. If I'm short, to my 100 goal every week, I'll just release a few ebooks that I've created ages ago. I'll put in there and I'll put a spiel and saying, hey, here's an ebook, whatever you want to do. The product doesn't matter at all. It can be anything. It can be a poll. It can be, and this is why strategically in the planner that I've got certain things in there to engage certain people and the amount of people, because then you can go and ask them questions. So like on the planner, you'll see that there's a poll. You create a poll of any topic, and this is where people overthink it. You don't have to come up with the perfect poll. You don't have to come up with the perfect product. You don't have to come up with the perfect spiel. It's just about consistency. And this is where I also stand up against a lot of people when I say it's actually, when it comes to social media, it's actually quantity, not quality. Because if you go on quality, you never post anything. And then obviously no one messages anything. Because when you're at that stage...
And it sounds like Alex at the moment. We've been shouting at her for like me and Eric all day yesterday. Oh, I don't think I like it. Put it out.
Yeah.
Use it as a follow-up for the next day and go into more detail. Stop whinging about it. You're fine. But I mean... funny enough, I was talking today, they were like, oh, how are you for content ideas? I said, well, I've got 100 videos that I've made in the past that were basically it's kind of lucky because they were on my old Facebook page. When I rebranded, I had to delete it off, so they've all kind of disappeared. So I'm in a perfect position to re-record like 96 videos on Motivation Mondays, Therapy Thursdays, blah, 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 and like whatever else we top in. But I mean, I'm, as I said, recording's not a problem for me. So I can bust out, 3 or 4 videos a day or in an hour, and I can easily put a day aside and smash a load of videos out. So I've got plenty of content I can revisit because, one, as you say, people probably never saw half of it. So when it comes to sketching out, I can easily post 3 or 4 videos a day. But it's interesting you say, like, just getting stuff out there because I'm going to bring the rabbits up. The social media person we have for the gym, who, I'm skeptical of the title at best, but she's like, you don't want to put too much out because otherwise, and I'm like, now, like, listen to what you say. I'm like, yeah, you're clearly saying that because you want everybody else to have a fair shot. But it's like, I make more content than everybody else. And it actually is good shit. It's not like, oh, hey guys, this is this person doing a hip thrust. And you're like, yeah, they're not even doing it right. Hooray, great.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm telling you how to fix these problems. Like, I'm showing you I'm the go-to guy. So yeah, no, from what you said, that's good because then I can be like, right. So
the thing is, what people think of is when if we release too much content, like that woman said, if we release too much content, then everyone gets everything. But the problem is, no one can ever keep up with our brains, right? The thing is, we need to put ourselves on a pedestal, or without the ego, put yourself on a pedestal and realize that you're not the same as everyone in the building. Because those people are saying that because they can't come up with the new content. They can't come up with new things. There's no strategy behind it. And what the planner does is allows you to at least plan out the week. What that then goes and says, actually, what I'm going to do is be even one step further and say, I'm going to jump on my computer and go into keyword search and actually go, okay, this is the content that I want to produce this week because I've gone on my planner and done it. I'm going to actually look what's trending at the moment. And this is where I become very much do not reinvent the wheel. Use the wheel and accelerate it for you. So what I say by that is that there's no reason trying to come up with a new way of doing a video that's been done 1,000 times before. Do the same video, but do it in your style. Because all people care about is how they find you. Until you're over 100,000 people, 100,000 on anything on social media, there's no point trying to come up with new, innovative content. And this is where I headbutt with a lot of people. I do not mean copy and paste other people's content. I mean use the same algorithm and content, the keyword searches, and sometimes even the same titles if it resonates with a certain thing. Like there's only certain amount of ways that I can say a pixel, right? If I want to do a video on Pixel, I can't really not do like a how to install a Pixel. Like there's only certain things you can do, but I know that's going to get more clicks than if I said the best way to do Facebook advertising, right? It's very much it's the outcome, it's the information, but it's actually getting the eyeball on the product. So you could have the same title as someone, but a completely different content, and they'd realize that when they click on it. Now, what people actually get confused about is they do it the other way. They have a different title, but then the same content, which is the opposite way of what I want you to do. I want you to have the different spiel. The problem is we're just not getting enough eyeballs on it because we're not using the systems that are already there. There's literally a keyword search engine that you can put in fat loss, and it'll come up with the biggest fat loss key searches. And people that are searching 100,000 searches a day on fat loss find a certain way to title in your video that you're talking about a different element of fat loss. All of a sudden, you start seeing your keyword searches come up. And SEO stuff like that, because that's where the thing is. It's like until you're the 100,000 plus, there's no point trying to be the big dog in the classroom, because in fact, what we want to do is we want to use all the scraps to build our platform and go, right?
Yeah, sure.
So what I mean by that is that I do not want you to ever change your content. It's just structuring it around getting more eyeballs on the product. So when we talk about our marketing funnel, the social media planner and then the hour of power, which you'll see both in the portals, what it capitalizes on is that if we post it in the morning and in midday and at night, guaranteed there's going to be a certain amount of people that see one of those posts. And then all of a sudden at like 8 p.m., that's when you drop the knowledge bomb, right? That's when you drop the best video of the day. Because the algorithm means that people would have seen you, and then all of a sudden at like the top end of the night, they would have dropped that bomb and you automatically would have seen that content. So it does take a while to implement, but it's very much I get to the point where like I do my clients scheduling and I'll schedule a month in advance, and they keep thinking that I'm doing it live. I'm like, no, right? So I'll do a month in advance of content. I'll sit there for like a weekend out of the month and just do 2 days worth of content planning for the clients that I do the content for. and then I'll go, boom, everything's done, everything's set out, and I'll put it on the whiteboard, and I'm really strategic in the way. And then all of a sudden, like their engagement goes up 750%, and they're just flipping out. They're like, I don't even understand. And it's only week 1. And it's literally just because we structure it the way that it's been working before, but we put our own spice on it.
Yeah. I found that makes a lot of sense, because I found that since I got Later, which is like a scheduling app, and I've been putting my how are you feeling in the morning, I do want to ask a question at midday, and then I do my Mythbuster on a Monday. Like I can do more of those. I'm getting more and more people now starting to like, and the followers are coming in beforehand to get the other person. And now all of a sudden, because it's constant, as you say, I suppose the algorithm catches up and goes, this guy's always posting this time, so more people see it. But you were saying about reinventing the wheel, I completely said that earlier, because I think Eric was having an issue where he goes, someone said I sound like James Smith. I was like, at the end of the day, there's always going to be a call out guy. You're going to it's statistically impossible for you not to sound like somebody else. I was like, what you say about the wheel, I was like, you're reinventing the wheel to run yourself over with it. Like, you are not, you don't need to, as you said, like, everybody's saying the same thing, so say it as well. Like, don't worry about trying to sound like somebody else. If somebody else said what you said, it's great, because it means, like, one, they're probably validating your point, or two, you can expand on it.
Yeah.
But as you say, like, everyone's trying to put something out there that's so unique and quirky. It is literally only so many words you can use to describe it. It's like I said.
The problem that I have is that everyone now is comparing someone that didn't exist 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like,
so then in 2 more years,
I only figured out who the hell James Smith was about in September last year. That's the first time I'd ever properly heard of him. I like this stuff, it's fine. But and the funny thing is, when I was listening, I was like, I've been saying this shit for like 5 years. It's like, it's no different than what I've been telling everybody. But because he had a better use of social media, like if I were to say what I've been saying, I know they're like, you sound like James Smith. Like, if you look at my videos from way back, I was saying it before I even knew who this guy was.
No, but
as you say, I'm not worried about it.
And the thing that I need to get across to, and this is why it's a little bit easier with your situation, is that what I need to get across to everyone else that I work with as well, and it's slowly but surely working, is that actually the more eyes and the more exposure and the more conflict you can bring, the more exposure and the more money you're going to earn.
Yeah.
Right. Because if one person shares that and they call you out, who cares? I get called out once or twice every month because of the system that I do, but I encourage that. Right? Because I'm like, cool, use my product, because all you're doing is putting more eyes on my product, and then I'm getting more clicks and I'm making more income from you. Now, as long as you're situated and you're sound in what you're doing, the only reason you're not at James level is because we're not posting enough. That's it.
Yeah.
Simply is. And the thing is, what we do is we realize, and slowly but surely, when we talk about a marketing funnel now, when you incorporate the planner, and then when you incorporate the hour of power, and you're scheduling 4 posts a day, you can't tell me that it's not going to generate a couple of clients every week once we have this situated. The reason why my clients do so well on their free challenge is because we spend a couple of weeks before the challenge smashing their news feed with all this information. And all of a sudden, you have this call to action with the 30-day challenge, whatever way you want to strategize it. All of a sudden, you start getting clients, and you're making, and it's like, boom, in a month, you've done what has taken you 2-3 years to try and do, right?
Right.
And the way that it works is because it's never going to be the same for any other person. There could be 1,000 people in the group. I could coach 1,000 people, and there'd be 1,000 different ways to do the same challenge.
Yeah.
Because everyone brings it.
Yeah, I said the same thing to one of the new trainers at the gym. They're like, what would you say the key to success is? And it's so stupid. You know, when you hear yourself talking and you think, I could tell other people this, but I'm not doing it myself. And I, like, as you're saying there, for social media, like if anyone said to me, how's the best way to, I said, just be around, just literally be around. And then I said, I know I've got posters up in the gym. Everyone, there's the managers and was like, posters don't work. They fucking do. Because now, like, if anybody in the back of their head, like you say, with all those posts, they may not be paying attention, but they're seeing you all the time. You're the guy, like, and then subconsciously, like, I could probably do with a PT. Who is that guy? It's like billboards, isn't it? You don't pay attention to a billboard the first 100 times you drive past it. 101st time you're like, God damn it, that's the billboard I keep seeing. And so I suppose it's right. Like, you keep posting out, and people are going to go, I keep seeing him. There's something telling me to go near him.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's literally, if you, like I've said to everyone, if I had $100 in my bank account and that was it, and I had no clients, no nothing, I have the knowledge in my head plus $100 spent on ads, I would be fine in a month, right? I'll be fine in a week, because all I'll do is do the certain things to make sure that people saw my content all the time. And people get really confused about the process. Like, yes, like people will see your content, and yes, you'll get a few messages saying maybe you're posting too much, but they never buy your product anyway. And then second of all, you need to get those eyeballs on there, because that person needs, because realistically what we do is we think about our product as a weekly price. In their eyes, it's a yearly, like, this is how much it's going to cost me to do. So in fact, your your PT price or your online coaching price is not just a weekly, it's in their head, it's a big commitment. Now, if you went to a car dealership and you saw the car you wanted, how many times do you think about that car before you buy it? Right? It's a very life commitment. Like, the PT and an online coach is a life commitment, not just a quick fix.
Right, yeah.
Like, you would trust, you would go away and say, oh, is that car the best? Am I going to go see different deals and whatever? Because you're going to be driving that car 50% of your life. So it's the same process. Like, you have an opportunity to realize your client is only going to need you once, and that's it. Once, in terms of the lifespan of your, and how many clients you've talked about clients experiences, and you've flown all this kind of stuff. There's no reason why 15 posts to get that person in the door is not going to be a bad thing. Now, when we do Facebook advertising, when we spend money on ads and all that kind of stuff, it becomes a very much an automated process where you don't actually have to touch much anyway. Like, I'll wake up and I'll have 200 more likes on my page just because of the way that I did my post. Now, people always, and when we talk about building our marketing funnel, do not get confused about the vanity metrics. And I've got a video explaining this as well. Because people get confused about vanity metrics, and they're like, oh, I care so, and this is where a lot of people that you'll probably understand who I'm talking about care about likes, loves, and views. I don't give a shit about likes, loves, and views, because the one thing that doesn't do is that doesn't increase my bank balance, and that doesn't increase my workflow. So what you've got to realize, and what we just touched about when we were talking about the social media planner, is that when you think, marketing funnel. Yeah, that's the right one. I thought I had the wrong one on. So really, when you think about it, when you worry about likes, loves, and hearts, you're missing the one thing that we're not actually looking at. And that's how many times someone's watched or seen your content without actually engaging in it. Now, just because your video only did 50 views in the first day doesn't mean it's not going to do 1,000 views in a month. Right? Yeah. So you've got to think about it. Every piece of content should be a strategic ad that you're doing that someone can go back to and watch. Now, I know all the YouTube videos that I've linked in my Ultimate Funnel ebook that it's been downloaded 10, 15 times a week, right? And then as I put more money into it, it'll just increase. I know that those views are going to go up and up and up and up, but the message is going to resonate with that person as they're reading that book.
Yeah.
They're not going to care about how many views they've seen me. Like, there's certain metrics that care, but that's within different industries. But what's really important is, first of all, you need to say like how that person is going to look at your content and say, that's me. And then how often is that person going to continually say, oh, that guy's unbelievable, unbelievable. Yeah, that's completely right. That's completely right. That's completely right. Now, that's not always going to happen out of the 3 posts that you do a day. That shouldn't stop you from achieving the outcome of just knowing that your job every single day is to post 3 times in a group, or 4 times if you use Hour of Power. And then in those 3 groups, there's always going to be 1 post that you have to go out and talk to people. Now, when I put polls in and when I put things in, I strategically ask you to go and do the polls, because then when they click the certain outcome that you want, you're going to go message them and say, hey, I noticed that you said this, this, and this, and this. How about we jump on a call and we go through it? Automatically, you start booking people in for calls without actually stating salesy. And the reason why I confidently say that is there's scripts in the membership portal to actually go through, and they're called Hour of Power replies, which means that anything we talk about, we have a reply for that doesn't sound salesy. And again, when I was talking about at the start of the call, the reason why I emphasize it so much is that I don't expect you to not copy everything I'm giving you. In fact, I want you to copy every single thing. Even if it has to be word for word, do it. Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's not. The reason I say that is that I know that it's got an 80% and above close rate. I know that if you message enough people, you're going to get consults booked. It's just about getting over that bridge, whether we think we have to or not, about the difference between seeing like we're talking to them too much, or it seems too easy because we've already got the systems in place. Now, it's not easy because, first of all, when I formed them, the systems were going, I've had plenty of pitfalls before, but I've made sure every single thing have gone through those and they've got things to cater for. Like when you go into your sales call, there's a whole entire objections list that you can go to and refer to. You can put your spice on it for sure. But if we follow that stuff word for word, you're going to sell the person. Now, not in a sales way. Because I've designed everything in this course and everything in this coaching program not to be that way. Even the 7-day 7-day planner is designed to not be salesy. Everything you're doing is just adding tremendous amount of value. There's nothing there that's going to say, hey, there will be some of them, they'll be say like, hey, I'm looking for 3 people that want to lose X, Y, and Z. Now, when we go back to Karen, you just input what we talked about with Karen. So that characteristics, all of what you're saying and all that stuff and all that spice coming out from her, then turns into the marketing funnel that we're going to continue to build. So when we look at that, all we're like looking at this week is trying to post more and post consistently. So when we look at the planner in itself, if I was to look on the, let me just look on. So when we look at the planner in itself, all we're doing is saying, okay, well, this week we've got the message, we've done the legwork, we've understood that this is how our client sounds and this is our pain points. Now we need to put it into reality, because now it's getting to that point where we want to become that kind of the expert in terms of what we're doing. Because at the moment you've already got the information, it's just we're not talking about it enough. So we've got why does that keep doing it? Hide. There we go. Cool. So you've got like, can we see this or is it too small?
No, that's all right. I can see it.
Okay. So what you want to do is you've got live videos, which I recommend trying to do at least 1 a day. Then you've got branded graphics, which strategically you can either do 2 things. You can get all of your photos that you've ever taken of yourself, go and pay someone on Fiverr $5 to put, motivational things that you've said. You can come up with probably 50 to 100 things. Then all of a sudden you've got your own material you can post. Client shout outs. I would just start shouting out more clients that you're working with or have worked with or whatever you can do. Testimonials, keep posting them. Opinion and questions. So that's the first bit in the first block at 6 to 9 a.m., whatever time zone you're in. That is going to be like a opinion, like ask an opinion on a certain thing. Or like, for instance, what I'd say is I'll say, hey, who thinks this is correct? Put an emoji down below for yes and an emoji down below for no. Then all of a sudden people are going to interact with that. It has to have a question and it has to have an outcome. So you can't just say, what's your thoughts? Because no one's going to comment that. If you give them a motive to be able to communicate with you, they will do it. It's just about, if it doesn't happen the first time, if it doesn't happen the second time, don't worry. Just about consistent. I mean, the first 2 months of me doing this, I got 0 engagement because my page is so small. So when I formed all of these things, I formed it when I had less than 500 likes on any of my pages, including my Instagram, including my Facebook, including probably my YouTube at that point. So like realistically thinking that like this came from 0. Remember, I didn't always have all the things that I have now. So then client shout out, client testimonial, you can see that it's like a lot of, if you don't feel confident enough putting on your private personal page, I would either try and cross that bridge and we can do that together, or realize that there really shouldn't be a difference between your business and personal.
Yeah.
That
doesn't bother me essentially. I used to do it anyway, and I always reshare everything to from the VS.
Yeah, and the reason
for the space to my page and the gym community page as well. So I don't really.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is, it's just so much a unique way of doing things, and a lot of people don't do it. So client shout out, branded graphic, recipes. Like you can go if you're struggling for recipe ideas, you can go on things like PLR and just buy a recipe book that has 50 recipes and buy the rights to it. Right now, this is like a big thing that people don't know about, but it's like so many people do it and they think it's zero. Like it's crazy. But a lot of the reason I say that is that you're not selling it, you're just giving it away to people for value. Like it's helping the outcome, and it's saving you from coming up with 100 recipes that is stopping you from the objective. Facebook event, we talk about going into probably next week at the end of this call, but Facebook events are pretty much, you come up with a topic every single week and then you run a Facebook event for that specific thing. So we do things in blocks. So there's only going to be a month in which we release something. So every month there's going to be a new thing, like a webinar, 30-day challenge, 8 weeks free coaching, a live event, whatever we want to do, but it takes 3 weeks to market that, right? So organically anyway. Client of the week or Facebook event. If there's 2 things, there's a video on the portal with this as well. So I don't want to waste too much of your time in this call, but client of the week, like I said before, have those badges. If you don't have the badges and don't have the funds, no worries. Just tag them in the group and all that kind of stuff. Facebook event, like I said, if it's the next week, so it's the week after this one, you just alternate these 2 things. Client of the week, welcomes. So welcomes are super important. So in your group, you should be going through every week and seeing, or once you get more traction, you'll start seeing more people come into your group, but you should be tagging them in a post and welcoming them to the group. First of all, that shows to the new old members that new people are coming in. Second of all, those people that are coming in are going to feel like they're part of the family because you, the CEO of your company, has taken time out of your day to mention them in the company, right? Facebook event, fun of the week, welcomes, all of that kind of stuff as well. Motivational video. Now that doesn't have to be your motivational video. That can be a motivational video that you've found on social media. Link that on your page and then more people are going to see it. Again, it's just an algorithm boost. A routine. Now these, I reckon you're going to be really powerful with routines because of that kind of other side of your business and mentality and the stuff you've studied. You will know so much about routines and so much about that kind of principle. So just release it. Kind of come up with, come up with 4 routines and just rehash them. First of all, the week 1 versus week 4, you can post effectively the same stuff because it's been 2-3 weeks before they've seen that content, and they will forget. For sure, they will forget. And then polls, again, like I said, poll making a question like, which product do you want the most of? I'm going to add you into my VIP groups on my PT page. My business one's coming soon. But the PT one especially is what I do is you can go down and scroll. I'll get 40 or 50 people commenting on a certain poll and they want a certain product or they want a certain service or they want some, like, who wants to lose 5 kilos in the next 8 weeks? Yes or no? I'll go message everyone that says yes, jump them on a call, sign them up for my app and all this other stuff, right? So it's super simple, super easy to salute. You don't have to be as generic as that. You can put your, like I talked about, put your own spice on it, but use the framework that knows to get results. 2 free consults, first 3. So let's say you go on your personal page and say, hey, I'm looking for 5 amazing women that the characteristics of Karen, X, Y, and Z. First 3 people that message me will get a free, week or whatever you want to do, right? All of a sudden, people are going to be like, bam, I'm jumping on that because it's scarcity. If they don't, who cares? Branded graphic, again, coming back to the point of the branded graphic, releasing certain graphics that look appealing, have good motivational systems, have some stuff that you've said, everyone kind of, you've seen them in the past, you can put your own spice on them. Client shout out testimonials again, live video for day number 2, new ad opt-in, you don't have to worry about that yet. Branded graphic welcomes, in-action video, which can be an in-action video of you working out, one of your clients working out, something that's showing you doing something. And then it just rinse and repeat through the next 4 days. So you can see on Sunday, we still actually post. We just post at the night, and that's getting them ready for the Monday morning. So that to boost the algorithm, we just get them ready for that Monday morning again. Again, I've broken it all down to you here, so you don't have to worry too much about anything. But apart from that, that's effectively what it is. That's what the planner is. And then the Hour of Power is just an add-on. It's just similar, but a lot of the stuff is we won't cover because we don't technically have the products for that. So I'm not going to go and ask you to do that yet.
Right.
But it seems like a lot of stuff, but it's not really when I feel like what you've already been doing. It's just about understanding that we just have to do probably 50 or 60% more of what we're doing now. And that just becomes more scheduling. That's not becoming more of like, I have to sit down and do it. That's more like, how much more can I schedule?
Yeah, sure. I mean, as I say, I'd kind of started on that. So as you say, the ball was kind of rolling anyway. So some of it will require obviously a little bit of tweaking, but as I say, if the plan is there, it's kind of idiot proof, isn't it, really? It's like, post to this, do this. Okay, I can do that. And say with the graphics, I can do most of that myself. I'm pretty savvy with that kind of thing. I've got, say, the Mythbusters thing I make on myself, and just go on Canva, and I've got templates that match up what I'm doing, my colours and stuff. So, and you say the infographics are great because it doesn't take any effort to, something like if I'm empowering women, going, strong women scare weak men, or something like,
for sure.
You just throw that out, and then it doesn't, it can almost be, like, as you say, it's just type in motivational quotes for women, bank them all, and then just throw them out as you need to. So, that makes sense. Yeah, it's
perfect. Cool. Okay. And then, awesome. So then what we're going to do now to finish up the call and the goals for next week is that what we're going to do is we're going to start thinking about your 30-day challenge. So already we're starting week 2, effectively week 3. By the time we get to like week 5, week 6, we should be getting clients and all that kind of stuff. So what we want to do now is we want to come up with a name for our 30-day challenge. So the 30-day challenge is a free upon completion challenge. What it means is that what we do is we use all of the people that have started to see our content and started to see our stuff, and we try and get them into our funnel, which is effectively a free one at this point. Ideally, in the future, we would have a marketing funnel, we would have systems to do this for you. But what we would do is we'll come up with a name and It's a free upon completion challenge, meaning that the week that you, so the price that you want to come up with for your weekly PT session, so online coaching sessions or PT or whatever you want to do, is going to be the entry fee for the month of your coaching. So you're going to give them an entry fee, but if they get to the result, so let's say they have to lose 10 kilos. If they lose 10 kilos in 30 days, which is going to be an abnormal number, get the idea though. Yeah. If they get to that, they get their money refunded. But the key thing is that in that last week, they have to have a call with you to get their money back. Bang, 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 upsell them the coaching for that. You've already paid me, so why not have a week? And then this is how much it's going to be for the rest of them. They're going to be like, yeah, amazing. You've done so much for me already, and I want to continue to train with you. The commitment is already there. The problem that normally people have is when they try and sell to people or go on a call with someone, they don't see the satisfaction from you, especially when you've got no marketing or social proof online, especially. So all you do is you use the first challenge for social proof. You get testimonials, you get progress photos, you get all that stuff. Plus, you get cash that you can then reinvent or reinvest into the next challenge and or some Facebook advertising. Like I said, I've had clients that have earned, if I was to do the math, the pounds would be £1,000. So I've had people that earn £1,000 doing the challenges. I've also had people that struggle. The people that struggle are the ones that haven't really committed on the fact that you have to be like a ball in a china shop. You just have to go bang, bang, bang. And the way that we do it, and there's a Facebook event thing in the portal as well, and we can also cover that next week. I'm just giving you some stuff to tie down for now. It's about coming up with, the thing I want you to come up with is the name. I want you to come up with the banner, and I want you to come up with the, like, almost the idealistic outcome of the challenge. So the name, the banner, and the idea, like the relationship that you want to have with the challenge. Like, what is exactly the outcome for your clients? And this comes back to Karen. Go back to Karen, look at the thing and look at the 3 pillars and all that kind of stuff as well, and say, okay, what is the framework of this challenge going to look like? What is the name? What's the banner going to look like? And what's the outcome? And then also, you know, what do you want to charge for online coaching?
Well, at the moment, what I have been charging is based on 2 sessions a week, which is £60 a week.
£60?
So
cool.
Yeah. So, I mean,
awesome.
If it needs to be wiggled around, I mean, as I said, I haven't really pushed it, so I don't know where
that's fine. I would just change it. I would just change it for the challenge. I'll change it to 59 because 59 sounds a lot better than 60. You can just either round up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Right. So we say it's £59 as an entry fee. They get 4 weeks of coaching. They get accountability, mindset, everything, right? And the thing is, 90 times per time, you'll have 20 people that opt in, and you have 20 people that start the challenge. Only about 5 will end the challenge, but you would have got the income from the 15, so that's fine. You'll convert, if you're really, really good by that time, which you will be, you'll convert probably 3 to 4 of them. You always have one that's on the fence. Then all of a sudden you've got 3 to 4 of those clients, and then what you do is then start marketing for the next challenge using all the systems that we've got from the original challenge. So there's no money down. You don't have to spend any money in the first challenge. It is a slog fest. It is an uphill battle because of the fact that we don't have that income. But as soon as we have the second challenge, we have that income. Now, even if you did want to put money into it, I would suggest not doing that at the start, because what I want you to do is save that for the second one. I want you to have experience what it's like to be completely isolated from the world of Facebook marketing, and use all the organic strategies that we have, and use all the systems that we are talking about now. And then next week, what we do is we come into the call and we say, okay, well, where's the banner? What's our name? What's our solution? And what's the outcome of the challenge? And then what we do is the week after that, we launch.
Yeah.
On that Monday, from the Thursday to the Monday is when we launch. And then we have 2 weeks or 3 weeks from that Monday. And then we start the challenge in the month. And then all of a sudden you've got, in those 3 weeks, you would have had 20 to 30 people sign up. And all of a sudden you've got from no clients to that many clients. And then you start reinventing or rehashing the same challenge over and over and over until you're happy. And then we can actually prioritize and scale. And then it's nothing to do with money. It's all about to do with the numbers side of things.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah. Sounds good. Cool.
Yeah. So then it's all about, we've got through all the legwork of the boring stuff that we had to go through. Now it's all the fun stuff. And now it's about, hey, if you can break the record of getting over, if you get £1,200, that's the record in terms of conversions. If you get to the point where you're posting 52 times a week, I've had 3 people that have nearly beat me in terms of postings. It's literally just this game. I've turned everything into like a challenge for you, but it's such an enjoyable challenge. It doesn't feel like work, especially for someone like yourself who loves creating content. The only battles that you'll have is you'll have that self little devil on the side of your shoulder and say, oh, I'm posting too much, or I've got too much on, or I don't, blah, blah. Just literally open the door like you're opening a dam and just let everything flow out.
Yeah, sure.
There's no such thing as a bad post when it comes to this algorithm system. Cool?
Cool. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Quick one. So I think you sent me a link in messages, didn't you, to the portal? I tried to go on there before and it didn't really seem like it was letting me do much.
What was it? So, what did it come up with?
It was MTT portal, so it's not the Trello board, because I can navigate that, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was, the other one, it's like create a profile or like a name and blah, 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 and it didn't really let me do anything. Whether that was the wrong thing or not, I don't know, but that's the only thing I've done. So I was wondering where I'm going to get this, like the PT scheduling board and stuff from.
Yeah, for sure. Let me just go to the, I think I might have sent you the wrong link.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll grab my laptop just so I can sort of cross-check while we do this.
Yep, for sure. There we go. Send you the link. Right, so that link should work.
Okay, let's look up. Cool. Right. Yes, this looks what we're after.
So that means I've seen. Yeah, I was like looking at, because I can see how much everyone's completed, and I was like, okay, there's a reason why no one's completed more than 5% or 0. Everyone's on 0%, and I'm like, okay, probably sent the wrong link.
Right, welcome to Practice SQL Vault introduction. That's you.
So yeah, everything's outlined with a video, and everything will be down below. Below that, we'll have like a button where you can download it, and then also all the videos, instructional videos, can be sent directly to my Vimeo page, which you can download and use as many times as you want.
Right. Cool. Yeah.
And that instructional video place is probably going to be the most that's going to be updated in the short term, because it's going to be like how to install a pixel, all of those little nitty gritty things. Most of the scripts and all that kind of stuff will have more of a like, this is exactly how to do the script, and this is exactly how to do it. And then based on what I'm going to release in the next month, it'll just be updated all the time. So always check back. But everything we ever go through in a call, I'll always refer back to on the video to go to the membership, but I will never say, go to the membership, see you later, right? Because it's about me going through it first. Then if you need to go back between now and our call next week, you can go in there and say, okay, well, that's what he was meaning. Here's a video, pretty much the same as what I was explaining it, because that's literally what I do is I just take a video that I've done before and put it in there, and it's exactly the same way I explain it on calls than I would have. So it's not really confusing. If you are confused though, and it falls into the reality of being a little bit too much, then you know you've got that call every week anyway.
Yeah, like, I mean, as again, not to be crawling up your backside, but the coolest thing about all of this has been, like, we've had the phone call, it was recorded, I got stuck so I could ask you, and then I actually went back to our conversation. It hasn't been like the last time. It was like, oh, yeah, no, well, don't remember, it's in the video. Yeah, that was great. That was you talking to your computer screen, and I couldn't ask you questions while you were doing it. So you kind of lost me in it. But so one way or another, if this video doesn't explain it, I can go back and watch this video to explain where to find it in the video, and I can, do it that way. Or nicely, I can ask you, and you go, oh, yeah, great.
Yeah, for sure. So, and that's what I mean. Like, I would never rely on one system to answer everyone's questions, because it just would never work. So I've just got to, I can give you 5 or 6. Yeah.
Yeah. As a PT, you'd never give somebody one system.
It's crazy. Yeah. That's what I never find. I find it so amazing that people are like, I need to, like, I want to get business coaching clients that are PTs or gym owners, but then I don't give them the systems that I would ask them to go and give their client systems for, which is kind of just baffles me. which it's just funny. But yeah, I mean, that's what I said. If I can give you 5 or 6 different metrics, at least one of those things is going to resonate with you, and then making sure that the experience is good for you, because as much as it is me telling you the stuff, it's you that has to go out and do it. And if I can make that journey a lot more enjoyable for you, then that's my goal.
Yeah, nice one. No, thank you very much.